Hello, and after a long time, welcome back to the channel.
I am back, folks!
Today I'm gonna show you how you can create your own high-performance acoustic panels like the one you can see behind me, so you can reduce the echo and improve the acoustic of your room, and without breaking the bank. Let's start! Alright, so first of all, let's make it clear that those panels will help you with sound absorption and not soundproofing. Soundproofing is totally different thing, and it's all about not letting the sound pass through from outside inside that room and from inside outside of the room. So for example, if you have noisy neighbors and you don't want to hear a noise from outside, or the opposite, you're the one who makes noises playing the guitar or the drums, and you don't want your neighbors to complain all the time, then you better soundproof your room, and none of these sound panels will help. And obviously soundproofing is a very costly procedure because you need to put one more soundproofing layer to your walls, to your ceiling, and maybe even your floor if you live in an apartment, and that definitely will cost a lot because it's like renovating the whole place. Now about sound absorption, what we try to make with these panels. The goal of sound absorption is to make the acoustic in the room sound better and cleaner by reducing the echo and reverberation. Reverberation. Yeah, that word.
You couldn't pronounce it.
Just for you to understand, sound energy bounces off hard, flat surfaces back to the room. So in this room I have a big wardrobe here which covers almost the whole wall, 2 doors and a higher ceiling, so definitely many flat surfaces that reflect the sound back. So by installing sound panels like this, you can cover the flat wall and improve the acoustic in the room because soft materials and wood can absorb and trap the sound. So when a sound hits the panel, it stays there and it doesn't bounce back into the room, and that reduces noise and echo, improving the acoustic in the space. Alright, and now that you understand what we are doing here, let me explain you the whole idea of our construction very quick, and after we're gonna jump into the details and how to do it step by step. So first thing we're gonna do is to build the frame that will hold everything together, so make sure to build it steady. Then we will attach these smaller woods on the inside of our frame, where after we will attach these thin wooden panels that will hold our insulation from both sides. Inside these polystyrene panels that will work as absorption panels, and outside these acoustic panels that will give also a nice look to our panel, and then we will hang it to the wall. Now that I've given you an overview of what the build looks like, let's get into the details. Okay, so the first step is to make a very strong wooden frame. We also pre-drilled all the wood to avoid the screws splitting the wood, and also use this wood glue. At the same time, I know it's overkill, but I want it to be 100% steady, so we mounted these iron corners. Next we mount this smaller wood inside our frame, and again we pre-drilled them and mount them all around the inside of our frame. Then on top of that smaller wood that we installed, we put that particle board that you can find in any DIY store, and you can buy it, cut it to your sizes. The same applies to the wood of the frame. Those DIY stores, normally they can cut to your specific dimensions without any extra cost. Also we add one more wood in the middle to secure our particle boards. Here I could have bought one big board instead of 2 separate, but it wasn't fitting in the car, so we bought 2 boards and we secure it in the middle with one wood, and even with one, if you buy a big one, make sure to put one wood to hold it better. Next, by using silicone, we stick our polystyrene panels on the back of our construction straight to the particle board. Those polystyrene panels are normally made for thermal insulation, but we're gonna use it for the sound as well. Actually, this was the only safe board that I could find in my region. Other than that, I could find glass fiber and rock fiber, but those materials are not really healthy to even work with because you need to wear gloves, protective gear, glasses, and if it falls on your skin it becomes very itchy. Those materials are put it inside the wall, and they're not exposed outside. So here if you put something like this, you have to cover it pretty well. Some materials that are safe to use are recycled foam and fabric panel, recycled denim, hemp fabric, or wood fabric. Those are safe to use, but unfortunately I didn't have any of those available in my region. The good thing about all of them, you can cut and work with them very easy. So we cut them to the dimension needed and stick them in the back of our construction. And next, on the front of our panel, we will stick our foam acoustic panels. Those you can find very easy on Amazon, and I will include a link in the description below where you can find the one I got. Most of these foam panels on Amazon are advertised like for professional use, for studios, for recording, for YouTube, but if you was planning to just stick them to the wall, they will not do just anything, guys, because the foam is just too thin. But combining them with the construction like we did here, you can actually help to absorb and trap noises. Also, these foam panels will arrive compressed together, so don't be scared if you see them ugly and thin, just give them a couple days to breathe and they will take their shape. And last, we mount our panel to the wall. And this is our panel, guys. I really believe it can be compared to the professionals that is out there, but we built it much more cheaper. The cost of our wood was around 60 euro, and the acoustic foam, which was ordered from Amazon, was also about 50 euro.
50 bucks.
And with about 110 euros, we made this big panel that would normally cost outside around 500-600 euros. So, amazing. Also, I didn't include any dimensions on this video because, guys, the size should be determined from the size of your materials and also how much space do you want to cover, how big wall do you have to cover, right? So for me, I waited for the foam panels first to arrive to count how many of them I will use them, as I didn't want to cut them and maybe have an ugly result. The space I wanted to fill could fit 4x4 of those foam panels, so I count them and determine the dimension of the wood I'm gonna buy and also the dimension of the particle board. And of course, it's very handy to have someone that knows how to work with wood near you, so thank you, Stefan, for one more time. Also, at the end I have left some foam panels extra, so I decided to make another one with a different design, and you can watch it right here. And at the end I will include sound comparison tests that we did before and after installing both of these sound panels to see if we can capture any difference. So check it out right here.